everyone, welcome back. Until 92 minutes it looked like we were back to winning ways. We got a win at Wembley, except at full time that didn't happen. Let's get into the Burnley review. Starting off with the team news, Wanyama was totally dropped from the side. He did not look his best last week, that's for sure. I think we can all agree on that. And there are rumours that his knee injury has returned. He's also dropped out of the international duty, so he won't be going away to play for Kenya in the international break. I think that's a very good news. Hopefully he can work on his fitness and he'll be back in his 100% form soon enough. Sanchez got his work permit, which was brilliant, meant he was cleared to play for this game, and unsurprisingly he started on the bench. We lined up in a 4-2-3-1 formation with Moussa Dembele making his 200th appearance for Spurs. Burnley started well. They had an unsurprising game plan which involved giving balls up in the air to Vokes and Brady having some half chances on crosses. They even had a free header from a corner. After the first few opening minutes, we gradually gained control over the midfield again and dominated in possession. Burnley were quite content with us just passing the ball around their defence because any chances we created they blocked pretty much immediately without troubling Heaton. In fact, I think at half-time we had 0 shots on target. Long balls to Trippier seemed to be the way forward, but instead of him running to the byline to put a cross into the box, he seemed to always opt to cut back onto his left foot. Furthermore, Burnley seemed to know how to negate him, so our attacking options on the right just didn't exist anymore. Dele, on the other hand, he looked rather lively and sharp. He found spaces between the lines really well. He just didn't receive the ball that much, in my opinion. And another person who didn't see much of the ball was Harry. Even when he saw it, there was a cross from Davies, a free kick actually, and he headed it over. And there was another shot close range which got blocked. We didn't make any substitutions at half-time. I think that was a good decision because it wasn't the fact that we needed to change a player. We just needed to up the tempo a bit and introduce some more one-touch football. Furthermore, I said that on Twitter as well, I think the most important thing was to get Dele on the ball. As I said, what I saw in front of me, because we were attacking towards Park Lane in the first half, was that whenever he was on the ball, they couldn't deal with him. He was too quick, or he could get in good position. So I didn't understand why we weren't utilising that more. We started with a higher tempo in the second half, and the result pretty much came a few minutes after the break. Ericsson corner found Dye, who flicked on from the front post to Dele, whose initial shot was blocked, but then he calmly finished it in the back of the net, and we went up 1-0. Everyone ran over to celebrate to him. However, maybe his celebration was a bit muted. Just a side note, really. Burnley had to open up more, and as a result, we started playing better football, mostly inspired by Dele. Harry had a shot which was a right-footed curling effort which went past the post. I think it's safe to say that Hugo's distribution isn't exactly his strongest asset. However, it was due to him that we managed to keep a clean sheet for so long. There were many chances, including a one-handed save from Brady's shot, sweeper keeping as he came outside the box to tackle and win the ball comfortably later on in the game, ensured that we kept a clean sheet for as long as we did. Around 70 minutes, Sissoko came on for Son. Now, initially, I was quite happy when I saw Son in the starting lineup. I think we could use that pace up front really well. We saw a lot of that last season. Now, he's obviously not fully match fit because we saw some of that pace on the game, that's fine, but his first touch was a bit poor and his passes seemed to let him down. Sissoko had one tame shot. It was a pretty soft shot, to be honest, and he led a fast counter-attack which came to nothing. 70, 75, 80 minutes we were still attacking. Harry had a shot which was provided after following a good run from Trippier and a cross. Harry took the shot first time, but Heaton palmed it away. Later on, Harry had another chance. He chipped it over Heaton, but it actually hit his shoulder and it didn't go in. If you watched my vlog, you would have seen the reaction to that. Ericsson also had a chance, but Heaton palmed it over the bar. Burnley, on the other hand, they didn't give up. They were constantly proving a threat, especially to the space behind Trippier as he was bombing more forward and he was leaving huge gaps behind him. There were a lot of warning signs at this point that there was an issue going on there and we shouldn't be pushing forward that much. So what happened? Winks came on for Ericsson around 88 minutes just to kind of solidify the midfield a little bit more. But despite all that, we ignored the early warning signs from Burnley and they managed to equalise in the 92nd minute. They won a ball in midfield and then they passed it right into the area to Chris Wood, past the retrieving Toby, who had no cover as Trippier was nowhere to be seen. They equalised, we lost 2 points and it was pretty devastating, I'm not going to lie. But I'm not going to go on about that anymore. Sanchez came on for the last 1 minute, really. He was apparently waiting to come on for a while, but we saw him, he had his cameo, and that was about it pretty much. Nothing else really happened. I think we played better in the second half. We created better chances, we took one of them, and we kept pushing for the second. However, there comes a point in time where you accept a 1-0 and you close the game out. and you just keep it at 1-0. But that didn't happen. We need to learn how to take our chances earlier on in the game. Or if we're at 88, 90 minutes and it's still 1-0, then maybe we should accept the fact that it's 1-0 and close the game out. Now, credit where it's due, Burnley did well. They didn't give up. They made substitutions and they changed the tactics a bit. They targeted the area, which was our weakness, the area behind Trippier, and they got their rewards. Okay, 4 days left until the transfer window closes. I want a pacey forward. Something that we're missing up front. That energy, that dynamic strength or something. Give me something that can unlock defences. Speaking of defences, we haven't really replaced Kyle Walker, have we? I mean, don't get me wrong, Trippier's not a bad player per se, but he's missing something. And he's either not 100% fit or something's not going right. So we need to replace that. We have a 2-week international break before we travel to Everton. Let's hope everyone will be fit and ready to go and we can start off September properly and this season properly. That's pretty much it for this review. I hope you enjoyed. It was a little bit different, plus I'm a little bit ill, so my thoughts were a bit all over the place. I hope you can excuse me for that. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. If you'd like to see more Spurs related content from me, hopefully I will see you in the future. And come on, you Spurs!